guys, and welcome to my channel once again. Today we'll be rendering this world brand structure that we designed from our previous video. So if you haven't watched the previous video, hit the link below and watch the previous video and learn how this world brand structure was designed and imported to Keyshot for rendering. So today, if you're here with me, we're going to render this to give it a final finish and add some logos. We'll add our logo and render it out. So stick with me and let's render this together. So let's get started. So I've imported the model already, as you can see, well designed, and we'll go forward and apply our materials. So without wasting much time, let's start applying some materials. We go to our scene. Here's our model. Here's our model. So we'll get some materials, and today I'll be applying it metal I downloaded. This I downloaded it from the cloud library here below, cloud library. If you hit this button leads you to the cloud library where you can download environments or some models for practice, some materials, textures and stuff. So if you click this, if you click the cloud library, it leads you to a bunch of stuff to download. So I won't be going there today, so let's go ahead with the materials. I'll be applying this material. This is fine. This here is supposed to be a leather, which I downloaded. Okay, right here. So I'll apply this letter to the top, and this base has to be black metal. So let's go to metals, let's scroll down. Yeah, this will be perfect. So I will select this alongside this. I could just select, no, it's better. Let's just wear this with this color. So next will be our bolts and nuts. So I know them by name. I will select everything. Alright, everything selected. I'll give this black. Fine. Next will be our caster. So with the caster, I'll be using the chrome. For everything except the roller. So with the wheels, I will change that to rubber. So I'll change the wheels to rubber. This will be perfect. Fine. So with all done, I want to place a logo on top here on the seat. So to place a logo here, I need to select this part of the model. I go to edit, texture is okay. I go to labels, press on the add label texture, then I will search for my logo. So I'll go for this logo right on top. So I can either rotate this manually this way, or I can adjust it from this part. So let me give it -90. All right. So let me go with translate and shift it to the center. You see? Okay. So a bit to the right. Perfect. So I need to adjust the brightness. We decided no. I need to adjust the brightness to 1.5, 0.2, 1.1, and contrast, or just the contrast a bit. Perfect. So this is perfect with the logo. The logo looks perfect. Top. Fine. So next will be our environment. The texture of the leather looks nice and okay for me. Yeah, the texture looks okay. So we proceed to the environment. I downloaded some environment from the cloud, everything from the cloud. So all these environments here, I downloaded them. So I prefer using this environment. The lightning looks perfect for me. It looks okay. So let me give this a nice position. This is okay. So we can add the camera and lock. So let's lock our camera and get back to our environment. I think the environment lighting is perfect for me. Maybe I would like to add some few lights somewhere around here a little. I'll change the radius of the lightning. Okay, so the edges, you can see the edges are looking brighter and nicer. So I'll click on done. Since I want this to be a white background, so I need to change it here. And the shadow of the model is the other side. Okay, for me it's perfect. And maybe I want to add lighting to this side. So add another lighting to this side. Fine. So it looks so bright. I need to reduce the brightness. Alright, this is okay. I want to add another light to this part. Underneath this way, but it should be very low, a little light. Yeah, I like this. I like this lighting. So next, I'll click on done. I'll go to my lightning here, the lightning preset. I'll go for product, and in the product, I have to do some few modifications. I need to adjust some. I have to adjust the shadows. I want to go for 5. And ray bounces. I want to go for the full ray bounces, 256. Okay, cosmetics are like this, and with this part, I think I have to go with the 256 too. So with your rendering, you can choose anything that suits you, but in my case, I want to go with everything. And camera is fine, our image, and let's set our image size. So setting the image size, you come up here to images, resolution presets, landscape. In my case, I want it to be 1006 by 1200. So let me unlock the camera and increase the size a bit. So I want this to be 1000. So it looks flat. Something like this is okay. So I will save the camera. Yeah, I can add other cameras, okay, for multiple renderings of the model in various angles, but in this case I want it to just be one for this tutorial. So we've set this is fine. So here, this reading here, this time samples. So I always render my models when the samples get to 500. When it gets to 500, that's when I start with my rendering. So I need to wait here till this sample gets to 500 or 300, then I can go ahead and render. So I'll skip this video and return when these samples get to 500. So stay with me. So welcome back, guys. So as you can see here, our samples here is at 518, still reading, and I left this for 27 minutes and some seconds. So as you can see, the rendering is coming to a nice finish. Everything is reading and processing nicely. So to get this tab here, you need to press the H key on your keyboard. So when you press the H key, this appears here to show you the readings. So this is our current process, and I would like to do some few touches. So I'll go to the image section. I want to do a little modification. So I'll try to play around with this to add some few details to the design, the rendering. So when I do this, it gets darker. There are other options there, okay. So this photographic leads you to another set of tools to use to adjust the colors and stuff, but I want to use this tool. So I want it a bit darker, and this takes me right. Okay, so I want this a bit this way. So this is okay for me for now. So there are two options here. There are two options here to render, to take a screenshot of the workspace of the model, or to go ahead with the rendering. So in my case, I want to go with the screenshot and as well as the rendering. So I'll take a screenshot, which will need some time. Still loading. So I take the screenshot, which is already done, it's already rendered, or I can go to the rendering. So as you can see, our screenshot is taken. Okay, we can go ahead with the rendering. And in the rendering tab, I would like to set my resolution. And for best renderings, you need to do some few changes here in this space. So the rendered layer, the all rendered passes. So here I do select everything depending on what I need. And these samples, I can play around with these samples a bit, but a good rendering beyond 250 samples is good. It's a good finish, because from here the samples is 569, and you can see the quality of the image, of the rendering. So the more the samples, the better the image. So you can render beyond, depending on your computer's depending on your computer's spec. So you can play around with this, play around with rebounces and other stuffs, and you go to the final rendering. So this is how I arrange this stuff here, these layers here for rendering in my case. So in your case, you can do what suits you best. So render, and this will take